What's going on, my people? Hello and welcome to another video of mine. It's Kemal AA, and this is another Chelsea transfer news daily video for you guys, where I keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea news in the past 24 hours. And again, some new surfacing articles. Achraf Hakimi, he's on a plane. He's hopped on a plane, but we don't know where he's going. Where's the destination? Which location? Someone needs to be tracking his plane. Yeah, because Hakimi, he's on a plane somewhere with his family, with his daughter and his wife. They're on a plane somewhere. Go on Instagram and look at his story. He is on a plane somewhere, but we don't know where. There's some interesting reports and rumours. I'll be delving into it. Hakimi looks like he's on the verge of signing for Chelsea. That is massive news. That's honestly breaking news. We'll be delving into all the latest reports in regards to Hakimi. Also Erling Haaland, some brand new developments in regards to him. And we'll also be speaking about Manuel Locatelli from Sassuolo as well. Interesting player that I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions, and of course looking at the reports broken by none other than Don Fabrizio Romano. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. I'm starting off with the biggest news story, Achraf Hakimi. What is going on with Achraf Hakimi? Now, according to reports, so many Italian journalists and reliable reporters, we're talking tier 1 reliable journalists, Chelsea could be on the verge of signing Achraf Hakimi. Now, according to this Italian reporter, Daniele Longolo, he stated that Inter Milan prefer Marcos Alonso as part of the deal for Achraf Hakimi. Chelsea's negotiation with Inter is going very, very well. I'll be giving some background information in regards to that in just a moment. But according to another Italian journalist who writes for Sky Sports Italy, Angelo Mangiante, Chelsea have increased their offer for Achraf Hakimi to €60 million plus Emerson or Marcos Alonso, while PSG bid €65 million in cash. Small steps has been confirmed by Gianluca Di Marzio. Of course, we know the credibility and the reliability of Gianluca Di Marzio is confirmed. Small steps forward have been made both by PSG, but above all by Chelsea as regards to Achraf Hakimi. The Blues made a list of 2 players as potential counterparts, Emerson Palmieri and Marcos Alonso, and of course we know that Chelsea have increased their offer. So all these reliable Italian journalists, all these reliable Italian reporters already confirming that Chelsea are putting in bids and offers left, right and centre. Now, the only one that I'm a bit sceptical about is Fabrizio Romano, because he's only confirmed that Chelsea have been in contact with his agent. He hasn't stated that Chelsea made a bid. However, all the other Italian journalists confirmed, especially the reliable ones as well, they've confirmed Chelsea have put in multiple bids and that Inter Milan are seriously considering them. Now, the reason why I said earlier that I'll be giving a backstory is that there was a report yesterday by a credible source that essentially Inter Milan, of course, are desperate for money. Hakimi's agent came out and said that who he of course represents Achraf Hakimi. He said that Hakimi will definitely be leaving Inter Milan this summer. There is no way there's no way that Hakimi will stay at Inter Milan this summer. He will permanently leave this summer because Inter Milan need to raise the funds. They need to raise the revenue and the cash. They're in desperate need of cash, especially if it looks like they're going to be keeping Lukaku. They need to raise funds elsewhere. They're going to get that venture capital investment, but they need to raise further player sales for revenue, etc. Because they need the profits, they need the revenues, and in terms of finance and accounting, they are in big trouble. They're in big trouble. They need to be able to keep the club afloat. They need to be able to allow the club to operate efficiently, and so as a result, they need the funds. So Achraf Hakimi is 100% leaving this summer, and that's why Marina knows this already. Don't think that Marina doesn't know about this. Marina, of course, knows this. That's why she's playing the waiting game. She's waiting for Inter Milan until they're desperate, because Inter Milan desperately want PSG and Chelsea to be included in the bidding war, because as a result, basic economic supply and demand, when there's 2 massive teams in for you, they're bidding against each other, that price continuously exponentially rises. That's why they're desperate for a bidding war, to get the most cash for Hakimi. However, it looks like, as I said, PSG is slowly pulling out because they're not going to be willing to match what Inter Milan want. And secondly, they look like they're going to be signing Serge Aurier, as I mentioned a couple of days ago. In regards to Chelsea, Marina knows Inter Milan's financial situation. She knows how desperate Inter Milan are. As a result, therefore, she's going to be waiting. She knows she's going to wait until the end of the month in 2-3 weeks' time, where Inter Milan are going to be in a very precarious situation where they're going to have to start reducing their asking price. That's where Chelsea swoop in, and that's where Chelsea get Hakimi for a relatively good price. And of course, that's what top negotiators do. And even when you're bidding your likes of Marcos Alonso and Emerson or €60 million, significantly lower to what their asking price of €80 million is that that's just negotiation. You're testing these waters. You have to. In football and in business in life, you have to be testing these waters on a continuous basis. And listen, this is massive news. As I said, go on to Hakimi's Instagram story. My guy is on a plane, but we don't know where. Someone, if you're good at tracking planes on the app or on Google, whatever you guys do, yeah, hack it down. Where is he going? That's what I want to know. Is he going on international duties? Is he flying to Africa? Where is he going? Is he in Europe? Someone needs to track his plane, because if that plane is headed to London, yeah, best believe we're on the verge of signing Hakimi, 100%. But moving on to some more interesting news, of course, it is a juggernaut, Erling Haaland. Liam Toomey, he made a video actually with Matisse. If you guys don't know who Matisse is, MAH, of course, another Chelsea YouTuber respectively. He done a live stream with Liam Toomey. Now, Liam Toomey is a very reliable, credible reporter. Writes for The Athletic, of course. We know the credibility of The Athletic. He's a tier 1 journalist. And he's confirmed that personal terms won't be a problem. I said yesterday, Chelsea have officially agreed personal terms of Erling Haaland. I mentioned that yesterday. So all of you guys should know by now that the personal terms are done. Step 1 of the Haaland deal has already been completed. He's happy and satisfied to join. Meaning Raul is happy for Haaland to go to Chelsea. Now it's about negotiating that fee. Of course, we know personal terms won't be a problem, and Haaland, Chelsea are confident of getting an agreement, but the stumbling block is it will be to persuade Dortmund. It could possibly be the 3rd most expensive transfer of all time. You know, the 2 most expensive transfers of all time is, of course, Neymar and Kylian Mbappe, who both played for PSG respectively. But as I said, it will cost around £150 million. Dortmund are already in a position where they're going to be reluctant to sell because they're already preparing for life after Jadon Sancho. Do you really think Dortmund are going to be willing to let both of their stars go? Of course not. They know Sancho is going. And of course, they need to get the Champions League revenue and the Champions League money. The only way they allow Erling Haaland to leave is if they get a stupendous bid. You know, astronomical values and figures here. So again, as I said, it's going to be very, very difficult to negotiate with, of course, with Erling Haaland and Borussia Dortmund. But there's room for optimism. This is what I keep stressing to you guys: is patience is needed, because it's going to be a bit similar to, it's going to be parallel to the Kai Havertz deal in some regards, where, we're interested in signing Kai Havertz, back at the end of 2 seasons ago, essentially. April, May, we were interested in signing Kai Havertz, and the deal didn't materialise until July, August. We negotiated for 2 months, and we ended up announcing him in September, when we were interested all the way back in May. There was that 4-month gap. It took us 4 months to get Kai Havertz done, to materialise, and expect similar things of Erling Haaland. Don't expect Erling Haaland to be done within next month, because it simply won't. Yes, Roman will push aggressively. Yes, Chelsea want to get Erling Haaland on ASAP to integrate him into pre-season. But we are in a very difficult, precarious situation. Dortmund want crazy money for Erling Haaland. Chelsea don't want to pay over the odds, in the sense of they don't want to pay stupid money, but at the same time they are willing to splash big for Erling Haaland. So it's finding that medium, it's finding that balance in between going for extortionate amounts, but in the meantime not bidding too low. So again, we're just testing the waters right now. We're negotiating directly with Borussia Dortmund. We're going to have to just wait and see what happens. But as I said, negotiations, it takes time, especially with mega deals like this. It's going to take time, and it's as simple as just being patient with it. Patience is what is required at this stage. But moving on to the final story, and it is in regards to Manuel Locatelli. Now, if you guys have been watching the Euros every day, you guys have seen last night's game, Italy versus Switzerland. Italy comfortably winning 3-0 against Switzerland, cruising throughout the game. And that midfield, Jorginho balling out, world-class back-to-back performances, controlling, dictating tempo. I don't need to speak more on Jorginho. We know what a top world-class player he is. Manuel Locatelli getting a brace against Switzerland. Again, superb midfield, which we'll be speaking about in a moment. And of course, Nicolo Barella, which were on the verge of signing back in the Sarri days. So this is a potential midfield that we could have easily had at Chelsea. But in regards to Locatelli, Fabrizio Romano done a video with Don Robbie on Don Robbie's channel. Robbie, of course, the owner of AFTV, and he said the latest on Sassuolo midfielder Manuel Locatelli is that Chelsea and Man City have both extensively scouted Locatelli and are very, very interested in potentially signing him. There's interest from England, Spain, and of course Juventus. Fabrizio confirmed that Juventus are currently leading the race for Manuel Locatelli, but of course Chelsea, Man City, or Arsenal are extremely interested in, of course, securing his services. It will be difficult. Do I expect Chelsea to sign Locatelli at this stage? It's looking unlikely, because we're not leading the race. And, Liam Toomey confirmed, again, tier 1 journalist, that at the moment Locatelli is not the priority. It looks as if that Hakimi and Haaland are the priority, rightly so, by the way, because Hakimi, Haaland, we need a world-class right-sided player to compete. We need a world-class centre-forward. These two are the key positions that we need to strengthen. I still believe that we need a centre mid for depth. I don't think Rice is that answer, but I still believe we need a centre mid for depth, and of course to compete with them, with Jorginho's, Kante, who are all world class in their own divine right. Locatelli would add to that. He's young, he's explosive, he's relatively physical, very intelligent, JDP technical player, very good in the lines, amazing passing ability and range, good defensive numbers as well. The guy is very good. He's an up-and-coming player, Italian international, has a good relationship with Jorginho. I think Locatelli would be a perfect midfielder for Chelsea. He offers a depth, he offers a quality. We can bring him in. He offers another dimension to our first 11 as well. As I said, fantastic world-class passing ability, great in the lines, great at breaking those lines. He can score goals. He scored a brace last night. He's got a good shot on him as well. Can shoot from outside the box. Very, very good player. Very, very good player. He's young and he's got world-class potential. So I'd love a Locatelli at Chelsea. Again, he can dictate the tempo of Jorginho. Why not? The Italian maestro is in the centre, in the heart of a Chelsea midfield. Why not? But that is me wrapping up the news daily. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.